Good day, everyone. It's Tom Kenyon here, the CEO of the SSAA. I'm here with Paul Fitzgerald, our Western Australian president, and we're just going to talk to you a little bit about Western Australian gun laws and the recent changes over there. So perhaps, Fitzy, you might start just by explaining what's happened and where we're at over there.
So some of you may know that we're now subject to the WA Firearms Act in Western Australia that was introduced by the Labor government, sort of railroaded through the Parliament over the last 18 months. It's yet to be fully enacted, but you would have read about it in the Shooter's Journal that these new firearm laws are coming, and we're faced with that challenge as we lead up to the election in Western Australia in 2025. So it's not all doom and gloom. There's still a long way to go, and what we're talking about today is what SSAA members can do in Western Australia and across Australia to make sure we get good outcomes moving forward.
So we've got the regulations coming next year, supposedly, or end of this year, were they?
So the expectation is that we may see the regulations that support the Firearms Act in December. The Parliament in Western Australia rises on the 28th of November, and then it'll only reconvene after the election. So there is still an opportunity for government change in Western Australia, and I urge our members in Western Australia to get on board with the National Party in Western Australia, who've come out strongly in support of sensible firearm regulation in Western Australia, Tom.
It's very strange the way, for instance, I mean, you would expect it with the Labor Party, they've taken their position and taken it to the Parliament. The Liberal Party hasn't been particularly friendly, have they, over there?
So what we've seen is a little bit of immaturity from the Liberal Party in Western Australia, and we're hoping that the Liberal Party will see what this is for and get on board with the coalition with the National Party in Western Australia, because we really need that coalition to understand that 95,000 West Australians and their families and associated network of people across Western Australia, this is going to have a huge impact on them. And it will be a red-hot topic at the election next year.
Yeah, right. And so if our members want to help, if they want to get involved, what sort of things can they do in the lead up to the election?
So one of the first things that they can do is join the SSAA. Elections are won with members and money, and we need to support those that are supporting us. So give consideration to the National Party of Western Australia. Join them. They need funds to win this election. You can't win an election with rhetoric. You need to do it with boots on the ground. And SSAA members, Tom, can also help us as we work collaboratively with the National Party at the election at polling booths.
Great. So just to be on the polling booth on election day, maybe help out in the election campaign itself. You can donate money either to the Nationals or SSAA. Lots of opportunities there to help. And we really are, when these things come up, you really got to get on board, and you really got to take the opportunity when it comes up, because if you let it slide, then bad things happen. So, anything else you want to talk about Western Australia? How do you think it's going to go? Do you think it's going to roll out okay?
I think we've got every opportunity to make change, Tom, on the 8th of March next year. So if you are a licensed firearms owner in Western Australia, give consideration to the SSAA. We have been driving this for the last 2 years against the Labor government. We're a volunteer organisation. We are exactly like you. We all own guns and we use guns. We're all law-abiding and licensed. So if you're a Western Australian and you want to see fair and reasonable firearm legislation, join the SSAA, support the Nationals in Western Australia and those other political parties that are going to assist us, and get ready to get involved in March 2025.
Fantastic. There's lots of other benefits joining the SSAA as well. You get 11 copies of our Shooter magazine every year. You get $20 million worth of public liability insurance, all for $100. It's a great deal. Very cheap, lots of other things, merchandise, everything else. We've got some merchandise here with our stubby holders, all that sort of thing. So go to the SSAA.org.au. That's our website. You can join up there, and we'll continue to fight against some of these changes in Western Australia and all around the country if they ever try to roll them in. Fitzy, thanks very much for coming in.
Thanks, Tom.